So today I will be presenting on subalpine and alpine ecosystems. So the geography and distribution. So the California alpine, as you can see, is in this green area. A place that we well know is an alpine region is Lake Tahoe. So the distribution has not changed according to where the alpine and subalpine areas are. However, it does occur in California, American Rocky Mountains, European Alps, Sierra Nevada Alps. So the climate. So the ranges of this climate are 40 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer. And as we know, like, winters are very, very cold. You see snow and different things on the ground during this time of year. So as you go further up in altitude, when you go up the mountain, the temperatures tend to get colder. And the seasons, or not the seasons, but the temperature can change very drastically from one day to another. The winter months are from October to May, and summer is June to September. So climate change will affect different species and where they're able to go in terms of how high up or how high low of the mountain range. So for example, seasonal behaviors change as well. For instance, early flowering and different things like this, which affects not only plants but animals as well. So only a few selective animals and plants can live in this harsh region due to the little amount of carbon dioxide. Because of this, plants are low to the ground, which helps them to not freeze, and animals tend to hibernate during the winter seasons and survive off of stored fat. And a lot of animals also have thick coats and fat in order to not freeze to death. So the geology of the alpine, so the soils are very similar to tundras, but they're at a higher elevation. So the soil's dry and not very nutrient rich, as we said. Only certain plants species can grow here. So they're very weak and kind of the soil's weak and brittle. The soils are low bulk density and contain very high phosphorus limits. So plant composition. So there's different things such as foxtail pine. Again, it's found in the rocky areas. It doesn't really need a lot of soil or nutrient, but it grows better in higher elevations. So there's also things like lumber pine, which is able to survive temperatures without freezing, and the pine mat manzanita, so it doesn't need water after first summer to survive. So, and it's also fine with snow cover. So mammals and birds that are in these regions are mountain lions or pumas, so large neck. These animals have large neck and jaw muscles. We have hawks, which are have adapted through talons and sharp beaks. There's the marmot, which adapted but with a long tail. And endemic species are hawk, black bear, squirrels. Endangered and threatened species are the lynx. So the reptiles and amphibians that live in this area, I think, it's very slim to none, but the yellow-legged frog is here. So it adapted to the environment, and it doesn't have any aquatic predators. And then you also have the black mountain ringlet butterfly, which lays eggs on stones so that they can absorb the light. So the ecosystem status. So the ecosystem itself is intact. The only thing that is really bad for this environment is invasive species, which we've seen a lot of over the past couple years, especially with human interaction. Also, as the elevation increases, invasive plants tend to decrease. So it's more at lower elevations that this is a problem. And the biggest threat to this ecosystem is man-made issues and climate adaptation. So management is, there's different organizations like nonprofit. You also have, you know, the USDA Forest Service, which works to preserve this ecosystem by creating laws and rules for the area. So for instance, like Fish and Game will put, will evaluate the area, and they'll put certain codes on, you know, hunting and fishing regulations to ensure a very healthy species of like fish or any animal that's in the region. And then this is the works cited. Okay, thank you.